Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Minecraft Part 10. I just finished watching Part 9, and I noticed that, I missed a couple of notes that I want to go back and read before I forget to go back and get them. And because, I was watching the 9th episode to make sure that that lag that I had wasn't going to screw up the video too much, and it wasn't too bad. But because I don't want to forget these notes, I'm going to go back in here and read them. And also, these doors were switched around. They opened and closed in different instances and such. See, totally missed this note, so I want to read it. In an awesome voice, apparently. To my most trusted student and friend, Johan Weyer. Johan. Totally gonna say Johan. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Helodramus described it in Hortus oh my god, it's making me read very hard words to pronounce. Conclusus. Conclusus? Why did I want to read? It was as it was told about. Okay, the English grammar is so awkward. An underground Mithraic temple crowned with an unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged, its color washed while rich. Weird. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was as impossibly an artificial paradox captured within stone. It was an impossibility. Jesus, I'm very bad at reading. I was staying in a nearby village called Altstadt. I am apparently now Sean Connery, investigating one of the acquainted trails. When I finally found the cavern, I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but unfortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I'd be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal, black with leaves of cinder. The ground covered in murky water. Oh, just like the water monster. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way in the rising wind and rained on me. Gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. Again, some weird grammar going on. Maybe it's just because I'm reading it. It's weird to me. Anyway. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps. Alps. I said that really weird. Alps. To a grassy field outside Genoa. Genoa? Like Geneva? Right. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest in ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owe you the truth about my visit to Altstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Well then, the forest making spooky noises would have made a lot more sense if I read that beforehand. Alright, let's go find this other note that I missed. And hopefully not find anything else. Like howling dogs and such. Oh, there's a note here too. Canis lupus familiaris. 1985, April 12th. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger endogenous... Wow, I read that pretty good. Endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic Genesis? Depends on whether you're reading Latin or English, I guess. There's an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are capable to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. This also would have made much more sense if I read it earlier. And this is the last one that I've seen over here under this book next to Glowy Face. Anatomy Frontiers. Man, I'm doing a lot of reading. I thought at least 2 of these would have been Daniel reading it. So let's try in a funny voice. Because that's always awesome. 1658, January 9th. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to power essence within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made of my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. Awesome sauce. That was the last one, right? Probably gonna get a whole bunch. Like, there's more than 2 people watching this. My mother's calling for supper, and she won't acknowledge that we know we're talking to her unless we talk back. So I'm not gonna talk back and see what she does. Let's do an experiment for ourselves. A torturous experiment where none of us talk to our mother. Let's go in this room next. The guest room. Apparently, hopefully we can get some shit done, so it's not just me reading this whole time. Why not?
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
Right. Apparently this was my room. Awesome. Alright, nothing in here. Some shirts to get rid of this Pepto-Bismol I still haven't got out of my everything. It's probably all over me and I just can't find the right shirt. Crowbar. Interesting. I don't like this. I don't like this. More notes. We'll get to doing awesome stuff later, because I'm going to pick that up and some shit's going to go down and I don't want to deal with it right now. One more note.
2nd of July,
oh God, I don't have to
1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly
very
racist
racist name
by a lion.
Abdullah.
The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
They are very, very worried about me. Alright. So I should probably go now. And what is this? Episode 10, I'm pretty sure? Right. This is episode 10. To remind myself what comes next, I will stare at this crowbar with awesomeness for the next time. And I'm gonna go eat now. Eat some dinner. Nom nom. Before my mom goes crazy. My mother. And here I thought I'd be able to go through a whole Let's Play without having to tell you guys I still live with my mother. Damn it.